Okay, I have to apologize if I have scared anyone with my last post. I am not looking to scare anyone ever. If I did, I am sorry. I don't want anybody scared. I don't. In fact, I want the opposite. I don't like the thought of anybody being or feeling as despondent as I have because of the election. I honest to God thought that Kamala would win. And I know that there are people who believe in America in a better place in that the rule of law will be there to protect people. Now, I know that stuff that he tried to push through in his four failed years he was in office. I know he's going to try if he's even around in 2028, which I don't anticipate he will be. As old as he is the oldest. He's older than anything else that's been in office. And no, I don't consider him a person because of what he says about immigrants, what he did to children. You know, there are people who actually said, "Oh well, what is this administration doing? Trying to help families, trying to help immigrants make it legal." He doesn't care if you want to make it legal or not. He is so far against immigrants and brown people. His so-called, I don't know what the fuck he calls it. I really don't. If you're not white and you're not male, he won't like you. Period. Okay? There are people who are like, well, Latinos voted for him. Yeah, you did. Because you believed his lies. You believed that he wouldn't deport you. Guess what? He lied. It lied. I mean, I get why Whoopi Goldberg will not say its name. I get it. I won't either. Giving it a name only makes it seem like it will never go away. I get why she does it. And I'm a huge fan of her. The woman speaks it like she means it. And she does. She's unadulterated, she's blunt, she's honest, and she has called him out for being what he is. When he was on The View, when they said, "Oh, well, you were doing this." Look, I watched that um video of when he was on The View. I saw her face and I agreed with her. Okay. I saw, oh my god. I saw her reaction in real time to his being there. She was not happy. I laughed so fucking hard. It was hard to catch my breath after that. I've got asthma, so it's kind of hard to catch my breath. Anyway, I start coughing. It's almost in game for me. But I'm sorry I keep yawning because honestly, ever since it won the election, my ability to sleep is just gone. I am honest to God worried about what's going to happen to this country. I'm terrified. I know there are people like, well, get out and do this, get out and do that. Look, motherfucker, if it were so goddamn easy for me to do this shit, I would be out there doing it. I had doctors years ago telling me to stop working. You want to know why? Because I'm a cancer survivor. I don't mean just one or two. I mean 9 years I fought that disease. 9 years. Okay? Chemotherapy ain't no therapy. That shit will end you faster than any other disease out there. I get it. It's supposed to kill the cancer. I get that. I do. And the doctors in Iowa City, they saved my life, even though I wish they would have left me dead. Because if I'd known then what I know now, I didn't. Let's just say that my living will, I did have a living will. I did. I did. But what I was married to at the time was so weak and unbelievably not a man. I mean, I get it. His stepmother wanted me to die. She tried. I don't know what all she did or said, but I know that bitch tried. But that's neither here nor there. But to those that warned us about what it was going to do, I listened. And there were a lot of other people that listened. And there were a lot of those that didn't listen, that didn't believe, that didn't understand. If you did understand and you still fucking listened and you still believed its lies, you're a fucking idiot. You have effectively ruined America for those of us who were happy with our lives. We were improving, at least trying to. For those of us that can't work, we're fucked. We're going to lose our homes. I have nowhere to go. Okay, this is all I have. It's not fancy, but it's all I have. I don't have a millionaire's lifestyle. I don't have millions of dollars. Hell, I don't even have hundreds of dollars. And as much as it isn't a paycheck, I live from month to month, and I've gotten lucky a few times. Yeah. And I've been able to afford to get stuff done to the house that needed to happen because the roof on the house was in such horrible shape, it needed replaced. Okay. Now I found a company that works almost exclusively with veterans, and they did a fantastic job. Mason City Roofing did a fantastic job. The gentleman and his wife that own, and their son Derek that run Mason City Roofing are awesome people. Okay? They're good people. They do really good work. They do fantastic work. They gave me reason to hope that my house that needed the work done, and they did a very good job. Not even quite $12,000. They jumped through hoops to make sure that not only was a brand new roof installed on my modest little house, it is the best roof that I have ever seen. I mean, I've never had a new roof on my house, on any house. The place where my son and I were left by the ex was not so much a house as a mausoleum. It was in really bad shape. And the new roof and everything, I had bought the materials his stepmother and father had taken for their house. They stole from me a lot: money, materials, time, everything. Okay? Thankful. I mean, I know there are people say, don't speak ill of the dead. Well, you people didn't know they were dead until now. And they passed away. I kind of feel bad for the ex father in law, but not the ex stepmother in law. She was a truly foul human being. She didn't care. She's much like the orange asshat that is going to be allowed back in office. She took and took and took it and stole and stole and stole and lied and lied and lied. So it was all in her never ending quest for money. That's all she cared about: money. Money and her dumbass shit that she bought and put in a cabinet, which looked to me as being junk. Or as the Italians would say, stratatura. Because it was garbage. It was. There was no, there was nothing redeeming about any of the shit she bought. Okay, she would frequent yard sales and garage sales and whatever else that she could get her greedy mitts on, with the obsession that it would bring her money one day. Well, you have more money going out than coming in. That's kind of counterproductive, isn't it? But if I scared anybody with my earlier post, I am sorry. That was not my intention. But I woke up, normally when I wake up in the morning or noonish, I don't wake up feeling as defeated and depressed as I did today. I don't. I haven't. Not for years, since I was able to buy this little home. It was a one bedroom with potential for three bedrooms. So I have opened up its potential. I've done a shit ton of work. I have invested a lot of money. And I was working up until a couple of years ago. My body decided it didn't want to cooperate anymore. I had a hard time getting up in the morning, had a hard time going to bed. I've been in constant pain. And the doctors are like, you need to stop working. Well, I need money. And Social Security disability, such as it was, and it was not anywhere near what my son and I needed to be able to continue to live. I made a number of bad choices, I admit. I will not go over what some of those choices were, but let's just say two or three had to do with men. I got rid of them, thankfully, but now, we are facing a new reality. We are facing the unknown. It's like Star Trek in the Final Frontier. We're not voyagers on a starship. We are not voyagers looking to explore new worlds. We are looking to save this one. Okay? And the way things are going right now, I I am very terribly unsure. We have climate crisis. Okay? Crisis. Like the weather where I'm living here. I went outside in a tank top and shorts yesterday. November. Okay? That give you an idea. Now, if you're in a country, say like the Bahamas, you aren't going to see this kind of weather. Well, you will, but it'll be warmer. Or like Hawaii, or like some of the other countries where there is very little actual cold weather. I've lived in parts of the United States where, say, like South Carolina, it rarely got cold and it never snowed. I never saw any snow the years I lived there. Never. Okay? I have traveled pretty much most of the United States. I've always wanted to go to Canada, though. That is one gorgeous country. From pictures I've seen, it's beautiful. And some of the people that live there are like, I wouldn't be opposed to you moving to Canada. To all of you sweethearts that said that, thank you and God bless you. If I could afford to, I would. I don't have a lot. I have what I have. I've bought stuff over the years, made sure that it's going to last, you know. My worry is that to those that need Social Security disability, the VA, everything, TRICARE, my fear is that All of these that have been implemented and should be protected are up for grabs to be eliminated. Why, I don't know. It has no understanding of tariffs. Now, I did a fair amount of Googling, I guess you could say, research. And I know that tariffs, if they are too high on the people exporting to another country, the people of the country that import said items will have to pay the extra tariffs, which are taxes on the items: food, TV, phones, computers, cars, electronics of pretty much all kinds. The people of the country that the stuff is being sent to are going to be taxed. Taxes on those items, that food, all that shit that we fucking love is going to be astronomically high. It doesn't know shit about shit. And it knows even less about tariffs. I don't know why the fuck he is so obsessed with tariffs. Oh, I'm going to tariff that country. Motherfucker, you're tariffing the United States. You're tariffing the people that have to pay for this shit. God forbid, if there are building materials that are needed and a company has to buy all that shit, they won't be able to afford to pay people that are on their payrolls. They'll have to let them go. And those people that will be without a job will also be impacted financially to the degree they won't be able to afford to pay their bills, to buy food. If a part for your car is needed and you don't have it, you don't have a car. If you have a bike, you can ride a bike. Good. But if you don't, what then? What then for those of us that don't have the money to afford to pay for shit? I mean, my Nissan needed over $1,000 worth of work done to it. Over $1,000. Now, the Pritchards that did the work, they went. I mean, like they went and did everything they could to find the parts for my car and not charge me an arm and a leg. They were very, very fair. Pritchards did an awesome job. They're mechanics who, when one day it wasn't going to work for me, the young man called me and like, "Hey, I got this day. You want to come in?" Sure, thank you, because the work needed done. It needed done. It was pulling hard to the left, and every time I sped up, the steering wheel would shake. Yeah, that was scary. And this goes out to Mary Trump Media. I love the fact that she is on. She's on it. She reports it as it comes out. I'm not political. I should have never gotten involved in politics because they're evil. Okay? Politics can be a beast that you'll never kill because there are those out there that for some insane reason seem to think it's okay to use politics to destroy innocent people's lives. I've been watching Mary Trump's videos. She's got a hell of a sense of humor. But my intent earlier was not to scare anyone, and I am sorry I did. But this isn't defeatist talking. This isn't somebody looking to scare you. I'm not looking to scare anyone. But the truth is, we are facing a new reality that is both scary, unknown. People are terribly unsure. You have Latinos that are so freaked out that they're going to be deported. They're scared. They're scared. And a lot of them live from paycheck to paycheck. And they have to live with like entire families living together just to make it. How's that fair? They're killing themselves paying into Social Security disability for other people. Money they may never see themselves. Do they get anything? No, they get a big fat fuck you from the orange troll. I'm going to leave that to Mary Trump to say who it is. I won't. It's like my son when he was playing Alien Isolation. And he was like, Mom, I can't play this game. It is like every time I go out, it comes after me, meaning the xenomorph. And my really twisted sense of humor suggested he give it a name. I said, okay, name it Fluffy. Fluffy the xenomorph alien. He goes, well, I'd rather just call it Fluffy. I'm like, does that make it seem less threatening? He goes, yes and no. I'm like, well, if you see Fluffy coming at you, what are you going to do? He goes, well, I've got a flamethrower. I'm like, okay, use it on Fluffy. And my son just kind of looked at me. He's like, use a flamethrower on Fluffy? I'm like, yeah. You don't want Fluffy to come after you and kill you. Yell bad Fluffy and run away or use your flamethrower on it. I've played Alien Isolation. It's scary. It's a damn good game, but it scares the piss out of me. And I did try playing it. He played it on all levels. He owned that shit. My son was the ultimate gamer. He could play any game. All the Resident Evil games, he was so good at. He got me through a lot of my games. I'm a gamer too. I don't say that a lot, but I'm a gamer. At my age, yeah. I am currently playing Days Gone. I am at day 760, going against the Crusher. Yeah, never gone against it before. Not looking forward to it. So far, I've gotten killed by it 8 times. My character, anyway. Deacon St. John. It's a good game. It really is. I love playing it. It's either that or Stranded Deep. They're coming out with Stranded Deep 2, hopefully soon. I have Assassin's Creed Mirage. Tried playing it. I'm sorry, it's Assassin's Creed is an awesome game. Through everyone, from the first one to this last one. It's I mean, the franchise alone is fucking straight up crazy ass, but it's sweet to play. But to those that are unsure of what is going to happen in the coming days, I would love to be able to tell you everything's going to be okay, but I don't know. I don't have an ear to the ground like that. I'm not privy to insider information. To Brian Tyler Cohen and Glenn Kirshner, thank you for everything you guys do. And seeing it in you gentlemen's eyes when you are clearly unhappy breaks my heart. Because you're good people. You are. Brian tells the truth. He doesn't mince words, and that's something I really have come to appreciate. And Glenn Kirshner, you keep doing what you do. The world needs more people like you two. So everything you guys have done, thank you. Thank you for giving us hope and encouragement. I'm scared. I'm not going to lie, I'm scared. And I don't mean to scare anyone else with my being the way I am, but We don't have a Superman or Justice League to take care of the orange fucktard. I wish we did. But no, we're just plain basic people. That we are required to have faith in the rule of law. When the rule of law fails, when those in the legal community that could and should have just fucking busted that orange bastard and sent his ass straight to prison. He's a felon. By law alone, that should disqualify him. But for some goddamn reason, you motherfuckers are hell-bent on giving this bastard a voice. I mean, even going to court, he walked out every single goddamn day and lied. And you fuckers allowed it to happen. There are people out there who do awful stuff. I mean, were anybody else that did that shit, his ass would have been in prison in a hot second. I mean, he would have been there with no thank you, or, I mean, he would have been thrown in cuffs and out. He would be somebody's prison bitch by now. But no, for some goddamn reason, this motherfucker is not only not in prison, he's allowed to be in the goddamn White House. How the fuck does shit like that happen? How the fuck does an adjudicated rapist, a felon, a 32-time indicted felon, be allowed to be in the highest office of the land? How? Can anybody answer that? My intent was to apologize if I scared anybody. That was not my intent. I'm angry. I didn't vote for it, and there are people that did. And I don't get the mentality. You know the motherfucker is a rapist. He's a racist. He's a liar, a felon, a thief. Nothing good. And you still voted for it. My God. Anyway. To those of us who believed in a fair election and did not vote for it, thank you. And for those of you that did, I don't have the words because I don't trust myself. To the Nick Fuenteses of the world, and to the little prick bastard in Illinois. Ha ha, my body, my choice, never yours. Peace, everybody.